Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Man, the Sweet Nitro, man, I'm telling you guys, this one is a banger. Absolute banger. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this thing. They knocked this one out of the park. Terry's designs, man, they're so useful and functional. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. I see somebody was asking about, they said they got a TS Prof Pro. Can't decide between the Hapstones, CBNs, or Neeves. So you have to decide what's important to you. Obviously, the price is going to be heavily different between some of these. The more expensive ones are going to lean towards the resin bonded or metallic bonded. The best of the best has always been, in my opinion, Neeves. But recently I started using this new company, the USA Market Company. I did a video the other day talking about the best sharpening stones on the planet, and they are really, really good as well. You can consider them about even with Neeves, if not better. I have found that my edges do come out it's good. It's very hard to distinguish, unless if you really, really sharpen a lot. But I sharpen so much, and I just know, like even with the same knife, you kind of know like how the edge is going to turn out. And those stones seem to leave a little bit more bite than Neeves at the finer grits, but that's because they might be slightly contaminated, which maybe it's just because like most of the abrasive is 15,000 grit, but every once in a while there's like a 3,000 grit in there or something. I don't know. So maybe that's the reason, but either way, man, it leads to some really fucking, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But if you want the best diamond plates for the TS Prof, diamond plate, just regular diamond plates, you want Hapstone starts. Without a shadow of a doubt, get Hapstone starts. If you need to save some money and you want to spend a little bit less, go to Atoma, the 1x6 Atomas. You can get a 140, a 400, a 600, and a 1200. That's like the second best for fixed angled systems. Some people might argue that they're even better than Hapstones. I argue the Hapstones are a little bit better than the Atomas. The Atomas are made in Japan. Hapstones, in Europe or whatever, Ukraine. Sorry, not Europe, Ukraine. But the Hapstones are CBN. That's one reason why they're a little bit better. Now, thanks, Dino. Appreciate it, brother. What was I going to say? So for diamond plates, go Hapstone starts. If they're not available, the Atomas are just fine. The Atomas are great. Now, for resin bonded, I would say get the new USA Market ones. I just linked them in the description of the video I did the other day. I will put their link in the description of videos moving forward. I don't have it in this one, but you can just go back like 2 days and you'll see that video. But the Neeves was really good. The problem is that I don't know if we're gonna be able to get them soon because they are running out of stock everywhere. And the ones that are in stock are very limited. Like they have one stone and then that's it, and I don't know if they're gonna, refill them or not. I have no idea. I'm guessing not. And I'm guessing because they're made, by the way, just so you guys know, they're made in Russia. That's the reason why. Ukraine and Russia are in war, right? So Hapstone's not going to carry them anymore because they're in Ukraine. So that's done. The US is, we got a little, bullshit over there. Now, since everything's been going on, we've had the ability to still do business with people there, obviously the government and the people are different. So, regardless of how you feel about it, right? People are still, human. And, yeah, so the new ones are made in Ukraine. So they are, they're really, really good. And the metallic bonded are going to be a little bit better than the resin bonded as far as like long lasting and stuff like that. But I like both. I love both. The metallic bonded is amazing. The resin bonded is amazing. But yeah, that's where I would lean. I would lean either towards that. And then if you're not satisfied with that super mirror polish that you get from I would say you only need to go up to the 3K with that system, or with the USA Market stones. So just get the pack of 6, right? And then if you want, If you're really wanting to, you can get one polishing stone from another company. If you're worried about the contamination with the 5 and the 15,000. But like I said, man, I think that there's maybe some benefits to it. So, do you think D2 is still good for daily use as a budget steel? I just received the Boker Kalashnikov. I do, as long as it's under 30 bucks, 40 bucks. I would say, yeah, I would say even 50 bucks, you know, like, so if you go to the USA and you're buying something from the USA like Benchmade, then I understand, because Benchmade does a really good job with it, and not all D2 is built the same. And that's the problem with D2. And that's the problem we have. You know, it's like, just like anything, right? If 80% are shit, but it has the ability to be really good, you know, with the 20%, then it's difficult to distinguish what's good, what's bad. The USA's D2 is superior to overseas D2, even though it's still the same makeup and everything, you know, if you did the test on it, but the D2 just it's not great for mass produced knives. So, you know, Benchmade does a really good job with it. Medford does a really good job with it. Probably a couple other companies do a good job with it. I never had a problem with Civivi's stuff. But you don't want to pay too much for it, because it, especially like through like no-name companies, you don't want to pay hardly anything for it, because it's just, you know, it's Chinese D2. They it's their makeup of, you know, the same makeup of that steel. But yeah, it's still good. It, you know, technically, a lot of people don't even know this. Technically, D2 is supposed to. I'm not saying it does, because, you know, like we just talked about, right? A lot of it's shit, but it's supposed to have better edge retention than S35VN, S30V. Like, it's supposed to be superior to that steel as far as edge retention goes. Everything else is superior in the opposite way, but for edge retention, but you don't really see that ever. We rarely see that. I've done some tests and I've had it do about as good as 154 CM. Sometimes it's slightly better, but that's slightly better would be like S35. But usually you're finding it to be like similar to like VG10, 9CR, stuff like that. So I bought the Tactile Chupacabra. This knife needs better jimping. Oh, so the jimping is still not good. So I just got the shipping thing from Mike from Tactile to ship my knives back to them, so that they can put the new lock bars or whatever with the jimping. I wonder if the one you got had the new jimping, or if it's the same jimping I got. Can anyone give me advice? I just want to say I love the knife. Okay, so two things. One, I'm going to show you right now what to do. So let me just grab it. I'm going to grab it real quick and I'm going to show it to you, and you can get this. This is what I got, and this is what I was going to do, but Mike sent me a thing, and I'm going to give them an opportunity to put the new thing in. And if it still sucks, this is what I'm going to do, because I already bought it. So, and I'm going to link it for you. So just go in the description. We'll give you the, yeah, I'm just going to grab the whole page for you. So go in the description of this video that we're on right now. I'll put it right under the fragrance of the day. I'll write jimping file. And if you click that, there's a whole bunch of them. And then I will also put it in the chat right now. So, and I'll also show you guys. So here it is right here. So if you look at these, let's just grab this one. But what you got to look at is how fine they are. So if you look, the teeth, look up at the left side corner, you see that little square. That's how fine the teeth are, and they'll tell you how many rows, like per half inch or something, or per inch. I don't think any of them are going to be bad. I think they're all going to be just fine. This is what, 20 per inch. So this one's even, I don't know. That one, they all look really fine, but there's different widths too. So I got a slimmer one personally. I think I got this one. This is the exact one I got. You can see last purchase March 20th. So this is the exact one I have, and I'm happy with it. And you can it's for hardened steel. So yes, it's still going to be a bitch. Yes, it's going to take you a few minutes to do it, but it'll add sharp jimping for you. But I'm gonna send mine in, and if they send it back and I'm not happy with the jimping, then I'm going to use the file. I was going to use the file anyways, and then I waited because, you know, they said they wanted to put the new lock bar thing on there, or that they said they would. So I'm getting the Spyderco Python. Good for you, man. Good for you. Why don't you just rub it in, Ron? I'm just joking. It's a badass knife. Best belt when carrying a fixed blade. Another. Oh man, I already got you. These are the best. Damn it. What the hell just happened? So these are made in the USA. That's maybe one reason why they're the best. But if you carry firearms or anything on your belt, or just want a durable belt that'll last you forever, because these are made to last 100 years. They actually have a warranty for 100 years. They're called the 100-year belt, and that is Hanks. So Hanks leather belt. So this is I'll show you the one I got. They're all really good quality, by the way. So the stitching, everything is high quality. I got, so here's the gunner right here. This is, I don't think this one might be the one I got. No, I don't think it is, but they have the gun. This is the gunner. So depending on what you're carrying, you see how it says 1.5 inches? That's what you're looking for. If you're carrying a gun belt, you need the minimum of 1.5, because anything slimmer than that, it doesn't work out as well. The wider the belt, the better everything holds against your hip as far as carrying things on the belt. So obviously there's going to be a limit, but 1.5 inches to 2 inches is usually what you want. You don't see two. This is what I think this is the one. Oh no, this is 145. This one is the one I want to get. I want to get this one. You guys can see all this, right? Yeah. I want to get this one really bad. That color, everything. But this is 1.25. So I want this belt in 1.5. So mine is a 1.5, by the way. I'm trying to find the one. Oh, I think I have the Canyon in brown. Yeah, this is the one I have. And I freaking love it. Best belt I've ever bought, hands down. Ooh, oh man, I didn't know they had an olive one. They didn't have this when I bought this, I don't think. I might have to get one of these. I'm looking for an olive belt. I have one because I have some Chelseas that are olive green. So I want a watch with a green face. I want some an olive green belt, which I do have, but the problem is like I'm talking about right now, it's slim. I can't stand it. Like it's typical. It's like a typical belt, but when you're wearing something like this every day, you don't ever want to put on a slim belt again. It just feels so much better. The durability, everything is better. And like I said, 100-year belt. These things are fire. But yeah, just Hanks belts. And you can see they have all different kinds. The Highland, this is another good one. But yeah, I want to get one of those olive green ones. And then, like I said, with the other stuff, given the choice, do you prefer detented blades? The more knives I get, the more I appreciate the sound and action over crossbars and button hooks. So that's one of my arguments for, because you'll have a lot of people complaining about liner locks and frame locks. I love a frame lock and a liner lock because of that same reason. The detent. I love the detent on it. Now, there's a couple other locking systems that do make an even better detent. Well, arguably, like the magnet detent from like Winter Blades. That's like one of the best. And then the double detent ball, but that is a frame lock. The detent nub is really good. Anyways, yeah, I freaking love it for that reason too. If you like action, a frame lock is really good because you're one with the knife. And what I mean is that, like an automatic, you lose the I don't even know how to put it into words. The relationship you have with the knife, with the opening and the closing, you don't have that with an auto, right? You fly it open and then you pry it down. With this, you actually can feel the detent. You can load up. You get to snap it out. Then when you disengage it, it's like you are working the knife, and there's just something, in my opinion, something great about that. Being able to, and even like with a slip joint, like you can say the same thing. Slip joints are great because of the walk and talk, right? It's that relationship you have with the knife, you know. So stick to name brands like CVBC, JRB, QSP, etc. When it comes to D2, you'll get okay. Yes, you'll get okay stuff. Exactly, Todd. You're right. Yeah. If you stick to name brand companies, the better quality companies, then yeah, if they're using D2, it's usually pretty decent. The where you got to be scared from is, like he said, the no name weird, which there's a million of them. So, you know, there's way more of them than there is of the popular brands or the better brands. Lux says, I have no issue with my Chupacabra. Yeah, I wonder, like I said, I wonder if some people got the fixed one, some people didn't. I don't know. I have no idea. That was one thing I was worried about, because I didn't know, you know, like, you know, how fast are they going to be able to get them out? Are they going to be able to fix all the ones going out? I didn't know, because I got mine like 2 weeks before they dropped, and I immediately, the second I opened it up, I called Mike and I told him, I was like, man, this has got to change. Like, this is not good. Like the jimping, right? And I said, everything else though, man, is amazing. I said, this is a great knife. And I still stand by that. I fucking love that knife. But that jimping is just horrendous. It makes that lock bar very, like, I slip off of it constantly. I'll miss close it, not misfire it open, but miss close it, like, you know, a quarter of the time. Denise, been a member for 19 months. MIA Retardo Coonley. Don't try to catch. Call 555. Bang. Missing in action. He's missing in action. All right, let me catch up. Hooligans. Been a member for 4 months. Got me a DLT exclusive pair of 3 in crew wear last week. Crew wear, man. I fucking love crew. I got to get more of it, man. I want more of it. I have a little bit of it, but I want more, you know. I want to get one of my own knife designs in crew wear. Was Outdoors 55 a guest lately? No. So he's gonna be soon. Just so you guys know, me and him did like a 3-hour video. He chopped it up. It's his video. So if you guys want to see it, you have to join his membership. It's very affordable. It's like $3. Go join his membership, Outdoors 55, and you can watch it in 2 parts. He has part 1 and part 2. They're already up, and you can watch us talk all kinds of shit. We just shot the shit. So we do plan on doing some more videos moving forward. He's going to be at Blade Show. I'm going to be at Blade Show. Hopefully we're able to make, you know, a quick video there. I'm not sure if we will, but I'm going to do my best. We are even talking about possibly me going to Maryland and staying in a hotel near his location so that we can possibly film together. So I think we're going to have a lot of plans. I think there's going to be a bright future between us, because me and him, we have a lot of similarities in the content that we want to provide, but then also just our opinions on things. And, you know, it's not even, this is the thing. There is opinions, right? Of course there's opinions, but then there's just results, right? And I think you just, you know, when you do consistent tests and you really look at it on a microscopic level, you're going to come to the same conclusions, you know. So I think we've came to the same conclusions on so many things that, you know, we you know, basically have the same opinions on it, you could say. One of my friends, excuse my voice, Oh, no. I'm sorry, guys. What did I do? Did I tap it? I just went deaf, he said. I'm sorry, guys. I must. How long has this been? Hopefully it wasn't too long. I must have tapped it. Sorry, guys. Damn, what was I saying? So, did you guys see I don't even know when it was. I couldn't even tell you when it was. What an idiot. Jared, did just say I could have his Sabenza? That's what you see in my lips read. That's hilarious, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. I'm sorry, guys. I hate that this is like, I like that it's like that because I can just tap it, but sometimes you don't even realize you tap it and it goes quiet. So I apologize, man. But thank you guys so much for the donations to tell me. Oh, that's all I got to do. I just got to hit the mic and then let the donations roll in. Just joking. Start over. Okay, I don't even know where I was, or I mean, I know what I said, but I don't know where it ended. I was talking about okay, so I'll just talk about the last thing I was talking about. Hey, there he is. Oh, good. I only missed silence. Damn it. Yeah, I messed up. It happens. We're live, you know. Hey, you know, when you're live, shit happens. So I have the prototypes from Riet on the way right now. And me and my partner, we've talked about it, and we're coming to the conclusion that we're both trying, and we're both, you know, we negotiated about it and talked about it. We're gonna do our best to get it to not only the best price we could possibly give it, but we're gonna try. We're pushing to like make it like the best bang for your buck knife as far as for its level. K390 DLC Riet. So what does that look like? I don't know. I don't know yet. Probably a little bit under, maybe close to $300. So that's the goal. If we can keep it under $300, that'll be badass. They are on the way. There's going to be a couple little tiny changes. Nothing big, just like a deep satin finish under the DLC. Because and then we're also going to have two plain versions, because as you guys know, we talked about this before, the DLC brings the HRC down 1 to 2 points. So in order for us to get the K390 at 63 plus, it has to be non-coated. If it's coated, it's going to be like, you know, 62, 61, 62. So, which I'm not saying that's bad, but of course I want it to be higher, right? You know, K390 can go like 67, you know, but typically, you know, from production companies, you usually see it about 63. So I'm happy at that. Well, as far as from the companies that do it well. So I'm happy with 63, but I really want the DLC coating, and the finish that I have on the handle it's unique. I think this is the first time Riet's ever done it, because I basically made it up. It was originally something else, and I didn't like the way it turned out, so we scrapped it and we just stuck with one part of it. Anyways, yeah, under 300 for K390 DLC from Riet. That's actually a really good price if you think about it, like really, really good price, because typically that would be a $380 knife, just so you guys know. If it was from other people, it'd be like $420. Like for an example, just look at Sharp by Designs, Chavez when they first dropped. Right now, tons of Chavezes are on sale right now, by the way, guys. Blade HQ for like $200, but that's because they've been on the shelf for a long time, and they made so many of them that everybody's had a chance to buy them. With these are limited. We got 300-400 pieces. That's it. So it's a little different when you got that rather than 10,000 of them. Steven with the 20 bones. Is DLC dropping is DLC dropping HRC true for all seals? As far as I know, yes. So to my knowledge, even PVD does this. So it's not just DLC. PVD, DLC, I'm not sure about other coatings, but I do know those two for sure. What happens is when it goes in to bake the coating on, it messes up the HRC. Not like messes it up, but it lowers it. So typically, in order to do that, you want to start it off higher, typically, you know. Now the thing was that for me to get them higher, it was going to cost quite a bit more. So, and then the consistency, they were worried that there could be some issues, like not issues with the blades, but issues with, they might have to, scrap some, and you know what I mean? Like there, it might not be consistent. So in order to be consistent across the board, which 63 is what I wanted. So I was happy. They were like, yeah, we can do that. Right. So I was happy with that. But then when we went to the DLC, they tested it, and they're like, they were trying their best to figure out, but no matter what, unless if they, which I know they could start it out at like 66, 65, and then put the DLC and it'd be down to 63. But like I said, it would have costed a bunch more. So 400, I think 300 or 400. I believe it's 400, but it might be 300, but I'm pretty sure it's 400. 100 pieces per color. We're gonna have 4 different color options. And it's really cool. I do have a couple other designs in the works too that are going to be coming soon. But all of them I'm really excited about. One in particular is going to be like an ultimate user. It's going to be, how can I say it? It's going to be my style of knife as far as like what I love to carry and use. Obviously any of the designs I'm going to love, but you have some designs that are for purposes, and then there's some, like I was just saying, like that's just like the dopest EDC knife, like a good user, something that's going to be enjoyable, something you would want to grab to break down your cardboard, something you would want to grab walking out the door, something that wouldn't even be a second guess if this is going to work for you. That's one thing I love, and that's why a lot of knives that I carry for that reason, because I know no matter what, they're going to work. Low Country Hillbilly with the 10 bones. Just getting home and in the shower, officially on farming hours, but not missing Neeves facts. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. David says, probably why you don't see much DLC K390. Bang, gang, probably, possibly, but hey, we're going to have it. If you get it up to 60, 65, why mess with it? Oh, I agree. But like I was just saying, if I did get it up to 60, if I could do that, like it was going to be way more money. And like I said, they were very worried. Like they almost seemed like they didn't even want to try it because they seemed like they were worried that the consistency was going to be a lot less and that there was going to be a lot of scrap. And that was the reason why the price was going to go up. It wasn't based on the heat treatment. It was based on the scrap and the mess ups and shit like that. I guess the warping, shit like that. I don't, I'm not the one doing the shit, but that's basically the way it was explained to me. Did you smell the waft of the red tobacco when I entered the chat? I thought I smelled something. I put on too much because my fucking atomizer scored it. I treated her right. She does that, but damn, I reek of. You know what? That stuff would get you, man. If you, I've definitely put on just was like, I'm gonna put on 1 squirt, and for some reason I do 2, and now I'm like, oh fuck, I just lit myself up. We got a couple good fragrances we're going to talk about here in just a second. I already asked this, but when your mic went out, please give an abbreviated answer if possible. One of my friends is going. Oh, so I did. I went through everything. Damn, my voice was out that long. Shit, I feel so bad now. Wow. Jared, yes, the waypoint largest. I'm going to answer you 1 second. But Jared, yes, the quiet carry waypoint large, get it. It is like the best pocket knife this year. I can't stop carrying it, and that's kind of similar to a knife design I'm going to be doing soon. Not like a copy or anything, but like the similar type of qualities. Super thin blade, super thin geometry, super thin handle, but nice, large, and very useful. Now, what I said was, you got to figure out what you're looking for, right? Are you looking for a basic EDC knife, or are you looking for a hard use folding knife? And I'm talking about for the folding side. If you're looking for if you're looking for a basic EDC knife for the folding, I say go with the Kershaw Bel Air, because he's going to the armed service. Make sure he gets USA made. Okay, don't send him to the armed service unless if it's USA made. For the fixed blade, I say Phobos Knives. Go to Phobos. Phobos has amazing fixed blades. They have a bunch of different sizes, great materials, made in the USA. They're built to be tough. They're tough as nails, and they're also useful in the same breath. Like, because that's the one problem with some knives, is that they'll lean too far towards tough, and then it just completely defeats the purpose of a knife. Then there's, when you get too far off to knife, then it defeats the purpose of tough. So they have a great balance. So that's what I'd say for the fixed blade. And then for the folding knife, I would say go with the Kershaw Bel Air, because it's like 150, 160 bucks. It's Magna cut, it's aluminum, it's USA made, it's got a nice strong lock. But if you're looking for, and I'm trying to help you with the price, like I can name 100 other knives, but they're going to be, the prices could go up there pretty high for USA made. So I was trying to think of the best bang for your buck from the USA. Now, if you're looking for something tough as nails for a folding knife, Cold Steel. Something from Cold Steel. Cold Steel Triad Lock. They have a bunch of different designs. Some of them are really big. So that might not be too, that's why I was thinking more of a basic EDC knife and then use the fixed blade for the tough shit. So that's what I would say. Just, really quick. Is heat treating hard, technical, time consuming? Why aren't all the knives at the best HRC? Well, there's a few reasons why. So mass produced knives are not able to hit those because to my knowledge, like the speed of which you cool it has a lot to do with how hard it's going to get, or how well it's going to get hard. I don't know. But just that's the way I understand it. So production companies that are mass producing are not able to do that. They're not able to take, because they're doing 1,000 knives at once or whatever, however many, even 100 or 400, that's still going to be very difficult to cool all those down immediately out of the oven. And in order to do it right, you have to cook them all at the same time. So you're going to have to cool them all at the same time. Anyways, that's the reason that I understand when you're talking about customs, they're doing one knife at a time, maybe 3, 4, not 5 knives at a time, but they're not doing 150, 200 or more. So yeah, it's a lot more difficult for Matt. And also, this is another thing, the grinding. When you get up to high HRCs, grinding is way more time consuming. You go through more belts, go through more tooling. So now the price goes up because it costs more. So now they can't give it to you that price that you want. It's like right now, like I guarantee fucking Riet would have no problem selling you a fucking knife at whatever HRC you want for $1,000. You know what I mean? But when you start talking, I want it for 400, right? I want it for 400 fucking dollars. And I want you to make 600 of them, right? Well, now, in order for that to even make sense, they have to be able to, make it make sense. And all the things matter, like what the tooling is from the CNCs, how much the belts are, all of that, the heat treatment. Will B's been a member for 25 months. Talk about a damn supporter, man. I appreciate it, man. Bel Air is on sale at many places, including Blade HQ. There you go. Bel Air is a great knife too. I would say Spyderco, if you can get something from the Spyderco USA line, that's really good too. Or you could go with Spyderco, the Japanese or Taiwan line, like the Stretch 2 and K390. That'd be badass. But actually, you know what? Stay away from that because he's going to be overseas, and I don't know how well he knows knives. You want to get him. Magna Cut's great. It's perfect for him. And Phobos has Magna Cut too. Magna Cut steel is very, very, very corrosion resistant. It's super tough, holds a great edge. It's literally like the ultimate steel when heat treated well. I did an edge retention test on that one too, and it did pretty good. Outdoors 55 says they can't batch quench to reach those higher hardnesses. There you go. They can't take all of them and quench them in a large batch. Well, especially as big as their batch is, right? Because the ovens that they're using are probably walk-in ovens. They're so big. They're probably doing 1,000 plus, well, depends on, you know, the company, but you got to imagine they're probably doing 1,000 plus knives at a time in a lot of cases. You know, some cases, obviously the order is only 400, so that's what they're going to do. But how would you cool all those that fast? You know, with anything, you know, the better you get and the more time it takes to make it, and all of this stuff, obviously the price is going to go up. We've been very spoiled in the knife community. For an example, even Steve, right? Super Still Steve started selling his knives at like 275. They're like 300, right? About 300 bucks. Those are $600 knives, guys. Like, that's what they are. They're fucking $600 knives. And this just, he was trying really hard to get it to a reasonable price so that people could get it, right? So he could get his knives out there to the people. So he's basically been taking a fucking loss. And you know, and when I'm talking about time wise, right? Like, of course, anybody can work for minimum wage, right? But that fucking sucks when you're breaking your back to do it. The time it takes him to do everything he's doing, it's worth way more than what he's able to, what he is charging. So very soon you're going to see those prices go up, and don't be surprised if it's not up by double, because knives cost a lot of money to make. Like, people, like, obviously there's knives that are very affordable to make. They're hardly nothing, right? But when you're talking about great HRCs on super steels with great handle materials, great fit and finish tolerances, geometry, and all of that, that shit starts costing. Especially made in the USA. Looking to get a gift with premium materials, looking at companies like we, and would prefer a titanium handle. I'm not sure about premium steels though, because I've never owned any myself. I just did a video today on this knife. This is a banger right here. So I do have a 15% discount. Oh shit, I don't think I put that in there. So if you go to the video I posted right before this live, I have I didn't put the 15% discount code in though. I need to do it really quick. Give me one second. Use code Neeves 15 for 15% off. So that knife, the We Nitro, this is a really good one. This is a premium knife. It's a bolster lock. It comes in 4 different options. My personal favorite is the one with the blue accents, but it's got a hand set and finished spear point blade. Beautiful swedge, 20 CV super steel. Alex just tested the We Knifeco Speedster, and it came out at 61 something. I forget what it was. It was over 61 though, so that's pretty good. Blade Walker's been a member for 4 months. What's up, Jarrett? 10 minutes, no voice, but I read lips. Well, thank you, man. See, you had to hear everything twice then. Fucking guys. Why can't everybody else just read lips? I wouldn't have had to repeat everything. Now, and then he had to sit through it twice. But yeah, I would say something from We, that's definitely a good company to go to. Another great one to go to, the Fair and Forge Archbishop. This is also made by We. This is a phenomenal knife. Their Nefarious is really good. Really love that one. The We Knifeco Nefarious. This just this is dropping tomorrow. This is from Riet. But this is a little, there is different models, by the way. You don't have to get this exact one. There's other Sharp by designs, but this is very, very premium. It is made by Riet, and it's a Brian Nadeau design. So he's one of the top tier knife makers in the USA. Buying some of his customs are like thousands of dollars, but Riet does these production ones for him, and they are, you know, as close as you can get to his level of quality. I'm on. Are you gonna focus or what? There we go. Beautiful knife though, and these use a detent nub instead of a detent ball, so the action's really good. This one is like I said, dropping tomorrow. But if you go to my Blade HQ link down in the description, just go to Blade HQ and type in Sharp by Design. Brian Nadeau knives will pop up. They're really good. My day's going pretty swell. Today I I've been testing the Work Sharp, the new Work Sharp Ken Onion version 2 belt grinder all day. And as you guys know, there was already the belt grinder Ken Onion edition from Work Sharp, and this is the version 2, so it's got like some upgrades. And yeah, so I'm testing it out. Videos coming very, very soon. I also have a backpack video coming up that's really dope. And yeah, definitely go and check out Outdoors 55's channel. Like I said, me and him he posted a video on his membership, so sign up to his memberships and you guys can watch that video between me and him. We're probably gonna hopefully do another one soon, because I think that would be the shit to get back together. Also, he's going to Blade Show, so whoever's going to Blade Show, we'll see him there too. Have you ever thought about changing your last name to Kneve? To Kneve? 50 Chinese with pliers waiting till the oven is open. That's hilarious. Oh man. Dog says there is an X-Man, there is an X-Man that could do it, but I don't know what he charges. Might be dead, I forget. Outdoors 55, Alex says, even air-cooled steels need a fast quench to get the highest hardness. They just can't do that in manufactured blades. And yes, Steve should be charging double. Right. I mean, it's I don't even know, like when I heard his price, I didn't understand how he was able to do it, but I was like, okay, that's cool, you know, like, because that's obviously a huge selling point, right? So it's obviously going to get into people's hands, but as you guys have seen, prices have went up since last year, like a lot, you know, in every way. So it's going to be real. I don't know how he can keep going without raising his prices like immediately. It's just, you know, it just is what it is. And I don't think it's that, like, to say that, like, I know people are like, fuck, man, that sounds expensive, but in reality, to get that, that's what you should be paying. So, you know, you almost feel bad, you know, you're almost like ripping him off, because you got to imagine he's fucking working for minimum wage doing it. I mean, because of the time and money into the belts, the materials, but time, you know. I just used some gum to get all this powder off my bench stone. It's shear season. When I make fixed blades by hand, the hours alone would justify the price. And I'm not making Steve level stuff. Yeah, I know. And that's what I mean. You know, his shit is nice too, man. Like really good. But talking about the Miscreant 3.0 is a banger. I don't think I've tried that one. Get one of his now before Steve realizes. Well, I have to imagine he's got to have a timeline on it. I mean, I would if I was him. He's got to have a timeline as far as like, okay, I'm trying to get as many knives into as many hands until this time. But as soon as this time hits, I can't keep doing that. You know, I kind of did the same thing, even like with knife sharpening, you know, just to start getting business to, you know, start flowing. I was charging, you know, very, very low prices, but eventually I had to go up the price because I was basically paying for people to get their knives sharpened. On the factory scale, if you use titanium, really wear resistant steels and all must bump the price a lot too. I talked to Eric Glesser about the new coatings they're developing and the machine. There's a bunch of companies that are doing MagnaCut correctly now, at least. Yes, a lot of them are doing it good. Hogue, obviously Spyderco, Tactile, ProTech, American Blade Works. Yeah, it was 61 on the dot. That we knife. Is that what you're talking about? I did read your lips when you told me to pick any knife from your collection. You seen that? I was hoping I wasn't going to have to repeat that one. Jones been a member for 16 months. I ordered a concept egress today. That's cool. You have any thoughts or critiques on that one? Honored to be a member and a friend for this long. Here's to another 16 months. Cheers, man. Cheers to you too. And the egress. So I'm guessing you got the newest version because there was like 3 different versions. It originally didn't have a hole. It originally was a plain blade with a front flipper. Now it's got a hole and a front flipper. I'm guessing that's the one you got. It's good. It's a great knife. Super solid. You know, man, that other knife that they just dropped is also banging. What the hell is it called? Oh man, I can't even think of the name of it now, but I keep putting in videos because it's so good. Oh man. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's a front flipper, but it's badass. But no, they're doing a pretty good job. Concept. Jim Miller's been a member for 12 months. Where did that year go? Enjoying every minute. Same here. At least trying to. But yeah, as far as concept goes, I think they're very underrated. But I think that's gonna, they're gonna continue to push through. They've been a business for a while now, since they separated from Kaiser, and they do really good designs. They have a lot of great designers, but they sometimes, their designs, I don't really like them, but they have a lot that I do really, really like. And they just so happen to be very, very good knives, but almost nobody knows because nobody else tries them. Grinding a well, that's even less than 5,000. Half a thousandth blade is no joke. I'm guessing what that number was. Yes, definitely go and check out Outdoors 55. Thank you, Todd. Go and check him out. He does have a badass YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys know. Sign up to his membership as well, because you can check out the live me and him did. We were together for like 3 hours. Oh, Stasa, what's up, brother? How's Stasa doing? Shout out to Stasa 23 as well. I'll be seeing him here pretty damn soon. We're going to be bunking together. We going to Blade Show, so hopefully a lot of you guys are going to Blade Show. If not, that's okay, but it's going to be a lot of fun this year. A lot of fun. I need to start contacting companies immediately. I've been slacking. Abner with the 5 bones. Hey, asked you if you were getting a DLC Herman. Yes, your mic cut out. Okay, so that's where, man, that's crazy. I am so sorry, guys. So yes, so what I was saying is that I am getting I'm supposed to get the DLC Slim. So if you look, this is the DLC knives from Herman that's going to be at Polish Custom Knives very, very soon. If you guys don't know, check out the link down in the description. Polish Custom Knives is linked down there. You can go and check out some knives. These are the DLC coated ones that are coming. They're beautiful, man. They're gorgeous. I love Herman knives, and this is the knife I plan on carrying at Blade Show. Not the DLC one, unless if I can get it in time. But if I can't get that in time, then just my Ishtar. But if I can get it in time, look at that baby. I got the DLC Slim coming, and that's whew, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I fucking love the Hermans, man. They're really good. They sing to you, man. There are some variations between models, of course, right? Of course, like not like every model can be that consistent, but they're hand done, right? They're more leaning towards custom than they are production. So, there's a lot of hand tuning and stuff like that, where other companies might be a little bit more consistent with certain things. Handmade knives usually are not going to be that way. Not saying they can't be. I'm just saying you don't want to think that that's the way it's going to be. Like even just for example, sharpening, right? When you sharpen knives, especially like as a business, the worst knives to sharpen are customs. I'm not saying his knives would be great to sharpen, but just custom knives, period, because the grinds are not great. Like they're misgrinds are off the charts. Even just like the grind from one side to another, like one side will be thicker than another. You'll get a lot of that. You'll get waves in the edge. You'll have a lot of things like that happen with custom knives. But that's the beauty of a custom. The beauty of a custom is it was done by hand. So there's gonna be signs that a human hand did it, Fox, been a member for 25 months. I'll see you too, man. I'll see you at Blade Show. Can't wait, man. It's gonna be a good year. If the design talks to you, jump on it. Man, my new Herman, the Warncliffe one, it almost has a hinder flipper tab. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about the Ovium. Same thing with the sting too. The sting is like that too, where it like arches up, so you're flipping down like on a point. um, if the detent's tuned perfectly, then it doesn't hurt, because the second it starts poking you, the detent breaks. That's the way my sting is. But my sting, sometimes the detent will all of a sudden get nice and strong. That's happened a couple times, and it's like, ooh, that's a little sharp. But the ovium is the one I notice it the most on. But the Ishtar, I don't notice that at all. Like, it doesn't have it. Like, it's more of a flat spot. I'm hoping the slim is more like that. I want to see him do a multi-deployment knife. I talked to Polish Custom Knives and told him, I was like, man, you know how crazy fast his knives would go if he put multiple deployments on some of them. Like, if he just dropped a new model with multiple deployments, or dropped one of his models with multiple deployments, you know, a hole in a flipper, or a front flipper in a hole. Oh my God, those things would sell out so fast. That's one thing that maybe keeps people away from them, is that they're flipper only. Not that flippers aren't amazing, and more people love flippers than anything, but there's a large amount of people that want multiple deployments. I'm still mostly in the budget stuff, but how does LMAX compare to Magnum Cut? So LMAX is not going to be as corrosion resistant. As far as edge retention goes, they'll be pretty similar. Corrosion resistance leans towards a Magna Cut. Toughness is going to lean towards Magna Cut. So LMAX is a great steel. If the HRC is right, if it's a higher HRC and it's got a good HRC, it could take a good mirror polish with a low angle edge. But if it's on the lower side, it doesn't. Which is, a lot of steels are that way. Some steels aren't. Some steels, it doesn't really matter. They just take a good polish. But some steels, it's going to be dependent on the HRC. And with LMAX, that's the way it is. Like, if you wanted to be aggressive and have a polish and hold the bite, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it'll take a very sharp polished edge with a low HRC, well, hopefully, but it's not going to hold it for shit. So, but it's a good steel though. I like it. It's definitely green here and raining so hard I can barely hear live. You know, Blade Walker, it's been pouring here too, man. It's been a muddy nightmare. And the thing is, I've had one nightmare after another. I know you guys don't know all this, but we've had a lot of issues in the background, man. We've dealt with hackers. We've had multiple viruses. I even was locked out of my fucking whole computer for days and days. Couldn't do anything. Our accounts got hacked and stolen. Well, you know, we wound up getting them, you know, changing them over and everything. So everything was fine, but that still is a complication. Then information got sold on the dark web to fucking what else fucking happened? I've had these videos that I have to do that are like, I have to do them, and like, I was pushing the limits because of all these things happening. Like, they kept happening, so I kept getting backed up. And then as soon as I would start, you know, like, get ready to start doing the shit that I need to do, bam, something else would happen. Now I'm backed up again. And then, like, it was beautiful for like a week, and I had like all the time in the world to do some of these videos I wanted to do. And then now it's pouring rain when I can do them. We're pretty much caught up now, so now I'm going to be able to start catching up. So you guys are going to see some really good videos coming very soon. I got a lot of great videos in the works now that I can catch up. But there was, yeah, it's been a nightmare past couple months. So lucky I got you. Oh, today, and the only day it isn't raining. It's raining here, man. Our weather's you know, all over the board around this time. Hey Jared, need your input, please, man. Penguin XL20 CV or the Tribeca? The Tribeca is the oh yeah, the Tribeca, yeah. Ooh, man, I like that Tribeca if it's the titanium one, but if it's the G10 one, I would go with the Penguin XL in titanium. The Penguin XL is going to be dope no matter what. It's a great knife. Even if you get the you know, the bolster lock one, the titanium frame lock one, doesn't really matter. The Tribeca is really good. I haven't tried it in G10. Let me just double check and make sure I'm thinking of the right knife, because I think I am. Yeah, so this is the one I have in titanium, and it's really, really, really good. I don't know about the G10, so I would, you know, just for that reason. But if you're going with titanium, then I would lean towards that one. The thing is, though, Giant Mouse, I love Giant Mouse. Right here, I got the Giant Mouse Ace Biblio XL. This is the large one. Way better than the original. I love Giant Mouse. I have a ton of them, and I love them all. They do such a good job. They do some of my favorite micarta on the market, if my camera would focus. But they do have some issues with their heat treatments. Not heat treatments, they're HRCs. And because it's Italy. Italy tends to run their steel softer. It's just the way they are. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's for price. I don't know, but they always run it like way low. So LMAX from them is usually pretty decent. So you know, consider that. You know, I usually like their LMAX, but a lot of their other steels are on the softer side. It's just the way it is. Not that it's going to be so bad that you know, it's not going to hold up or anything like that. You might not even notice it, but in QSP, you know, they're an overseas company. They're made in China, so they're gonna, you know, they don't do a bad job. They do a decent job, but they're going to be a little bit lower on the HRC as well. You know, so you know, you just got to take all that stuff into consideration. I like them though. I like them both. Bradway with the 5 bones. So if they're going to stop getting Neeves stones, what's going to happen to TS Prof? Okay, so I don't know. So this is the thing. TS Prof, yes, they are made in Russia. However, I don't know everything about this, but to my understanding, they have connections in Ukraine that allow them maybe to get over there and then ship them or sell them from there. I don't know if this is true or not. just little things I've heard. So I think that's their little loophole. Now, the other thing that they might have is they might have a good business with people in other countries, like me, like when they contacted me right when the war started. You know, they contacted me and we're like, you know, we don't like this. We don't want this to happen. You know, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, and they were basically it's trying to make sure that the business wasn't going to be hurt. Not that I was doing business with them, but basically just like, you know, because they literally had just sent me a sharpening system to test. And they wanted to make sure I wasn't going to take it out and start fucking shooting it, you know, talking shit. But they were basically just saying, you know, like, hey, we're sorry, man. There's nothing we can do. Like, we hope it's not going to hurt, you know, business in the future. And I know they're just a business, you know, that's like fucking Joe Biden, whatever he does. I ain't got no control over that shit. So, but anyways, my point is that I think they might have good business partners like in the US and stuff where they can sell them. They use Amazon. They seem to not have a problem. I don't know why, but they don't. Neeves maybe is just in a location that's a little bit more difficult because remember, there's a lot of different locations, you know, maybe there's just questionable areas. I don't know. I don't know all the ins and outs, but TS Prof's awesome. They got some fire sharpening systems. So, Italy loves to grind them axe stick. That's another thing too. Yes, they do not. They want them soft and thick. That's what she said. Seriously, because it's like you can't use the excuse like, well, we have the lower HRC because it's cheaper to grind. Well, you don't grind them. So what are you talking about? Mark with the 5 bones. Where's my Tactile FLN? I am protecting myself with a sharpened pencil. Mark, what the hell? What are you doing wrong, man? What are you doing wrong? Why don't you have the FLN? We are doing another batch of these, which will be thinned out, by the way. They're going to have much thinner geometry, and the bevel will probably be a little bit higher. We're talking about them now, putting them into work. So it'll be much more devastating per swipe. These are obviously still devastating, but the thinner the geometry, the faster and better they will cut. And my whole designing the blade, the whole intention was specifically towards how effective it's going to be in cutting performance, like to a human, right? Toughness was not on the scale for me. I don't give a shit about toughness, right? Because if you did deploy it, it's not going to be it's not going to be weak enough to break, right? It's not going to break. So, but what will happen is that the thicker it is, the more it'll hang up and stuff, the less likely it is to do maximum damage. So in TCal leans towards they want very tough, right? I want super slice, they want very tough. So this wound up being thicker on the thicker side. And you know, we've talked about it, negotiated, and the next batch is going to be more what I want. Yes, they do. Just picked up the Pioneer and the 6x1 Neeves stones. Bang. There you go. They can ship all their stuff to my house, and then I can keep the drive alive. You know, I know that who is it? A couple companies sell their systems, so I'm sure they have like decent business with them, and they have an Amazon store. So they somehow have the ability to stay in business with the USA, and you know, I don't know, maybe other places too. But I'm happy to work with them. I don't give a shit about none of that stuff, man. To be honest, like, you know, everybody's like, I've had so many comments, like when I have a TS prof, like, oh, don't show a TS prof, you know, in fucking Russia and all that shit. Man, I don't give a fuck. Because I'm not over there, man. I don't know what's going on over there. Like, I seriously, like, I just don't, I mean, not no hard feelings. Like, I feel bad for anybody going through war. But you know, you can say that for a lot of fucking countries. You know, it's war. It's a nasty business. It's what it is. And war is a motherfucker no matter what. But that doesn't mean I want to, you know, not continue doing what I'm doing because of something that's happening someplace, you know, where I can't even point out on a map, you know. But anyways, probably just lost a bunch of subscribers. I just don't care, man. I really don't care. I don't want to send them a penny. I don't want nothing to do with it, man. It's none of my business. I'm the same way if it was my neighbors, right? If my neighbors are fucking out there fighting, I'm gonna fucking mind my own business. Just the way I am, you know. You don't have to be like me, you know. You can be the guy who wants to fucking get involved. I'm not. I got enough shit to worry about. I got my own fucking self to worry about. I'm worried about what's happening in my hometown. That's it. Or country. I'm starting to collect knives. What is a cheap option that looks cool? Cheap, how cheap? It depends on how cheap you're talking about and what's cool. Like, you can go with the Kaiser Mad Tonto for like 70 bucks, 75, 65, 70 bucks, something like that. It's a button lock, micarta. And it's got a dual ground Tonto. Very useful because it's a drop point Tonto. You can go with a Civivi or a Sun Cut. Here is a very, very affordable knife. You can get the KUBEY Carve, nice harpoon Tonto. I love harpoon Tontos. Here's the Kaiser Roach. These are like, I don't know, 60 bucks or something. The flipper tab does come off, by the way. Super good flipping action. But yeah, there's a ton of knives, man. But I would say lean towards Civivi, Sun Cut, KUBEY, something like that. Kaiser. All those companies will be where you want to look. I have tons of videos. Rachel, just check out my budget knife videos. I have hundreds of them. So you will definitely find what you want, and I link everything in the description so you can easily get to anything I mentioned. Just go in the description. It'll be linked in the order I showed it. And that's why I bought every accessories I could from TS Prof. The war has to be affecting business in Russia. I am not suggesting anything. It's a bird in hand approach. I agree. I actually was worried about it myself. And I honestly, for a minute there, because there was a minute where there was a little bit more difficult. And but then, you know, things seem to pick back up. So, you know, I'm happy to see it. I am gonna allow them to sponsor a video. So that'll be coming very, very soon. I should have probably already did it, so I'll probably be doing that. Oh yeah, by the way, Kaiser's going to do a giveaway on the channel, kind of like the Holman Hadfield. Just so you guys know, they're going to give away 11 knives to one person. So we're going to do 11 knives for their 11 years. They've been in business for 11 years. It's their 11th year anniversary, and they want to do it on the channel. So they're going to ship me the 11 knives that they're going to send to you guys or whoever wins. And yeah, and we're going to do a giveaway video. So stay tuned for that. FLN can turn off biomechanical limbs and impulse pathways while in a clinch. Great defensive tool. Exactly. And that's the point. You know, that's literally the point. Nah, no pun intended. You know, is to go after limbs, because in a fight, you know, especially if you've been in any street fights or tussles or anything like that, your arms are always going to play a part. Always, your arms are going to get grabbed. You're going to grab. Like, there's going to be a fight. Like, it's just the way it works. So it doesn't even happen without those. So, until my point, it doesn't happen without those, right? So if it doesn't happen without those, what can you do to stop those, right? Because if one swipe with this, which would one swipe, I'm talking about like just one swipe, because it's a hawk bill. So the second the tip touches, it's going to pull the material into it. So you don't even have to try. Like, you don't even have to try to really dig it in deep. You just got to get that tip to pop it in, and then it's going to do the work. It'll pull itself right in. See how it pulled in? It just automatically does that. So once it touches, it's going to dig deep in, and then that's life-threatening right there. The second that happens to somebody, they're not fighting you anymore. They're not trying to rob you. They're not trying to do anything. They're trying to find a hospital as fast as possible. Because what's going to happen? Like, I've had some serious deep cuts. Like, I've been stabbed in the leg, stepped on a knife. I've had some serious cuts. I've been stabbed in the hand. And you get nerve damage right away. So what tends to happen is right when you get to deep, there's like an electrical shock is what happens, because you sever nerves that are very important to your mobility. So instantly your shit will go numb. You won't be able to feel it. You won't be able to move fingers very well, or you won't be able to feel them moving. And it'll almost feel like an electrocution. Backcountry Dave, thank you, brother. Thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. Lion Metal Music ordered a TCAL Striker Model 5 months ago, didn't receive it yet. They're saying 6 months wait. Yeah, that's the thing with TCALs is, you know, they sell out really quick, so they're pumping them out as fast as possible. Give them some time. They'll have them back, or, you know, they'll take care of you. Just sometimes, you know, it takes a little bit longer than any company would like. USA and NATO would lose a war with Russia. It is laughable. Poopy pants getting up here and yapping. Russians aren't scared of US empire. I don't care if they're scared or not, but I completely disagree with that. I think we have, if you count the amount of money we have in military, we like beat like every country put together. Like, to say that a country's gonna beat a country that owns like 80% of all the fucking guns, bullets, and missiles and tanks and fighter jets and everything in the world. Yeah, that's laughable. That's fucking laughable. You know, but hey, you know, you can think whatever you want. Anybody can think whatever they want. We'll see if it happens. But if it came down to it, I think we are such a we've become such a powerful country that we've tried to be very, very kind and nice, and I think we have not stomped on things that we possibly could have in the blink of an eye in order to preserve life and save people, right? It's like people are worried about the civilians and this and that, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying this is good or bad. I'm not negotiating that at all. I'm just saying what I think. I think we've done that because we have become so powerful that we have the ability to work with so many other countries and have things done so fast that, you know, we don't want to be the bully. You don't want to be the bully, even though we are. I'm not saying we're not the bully. I'm saying that, you know, want to be perceived as the bully if you can stomp out a mouse really quick and you do it rather than picking it up and bringing it over here, right? So, but I think people need to be fucking very careful with, you know, with thinking kindness is weakness. Because I mean, just the state of Texas hunters with hunting licenses is the biggest military on the planet. Like, we own so many guns here. Like, I know we're talking about civilians now and not war, but yeah, I think if we got to the point to where we were like, like no holds bars, yeah, it wouldn't be pretty. And for both sides either. I don't want to see it at all. I hate even the thought of it, but yeah, it is when, yeah, I don't know. It's right. I link it in the description. You can just go into the description. I have it linked in there because some people have an issue seeing it. Not saying you have an issue, but some people's devices have an issue. I don't know why, but it's usually put right next to the subscribe button. It says join, and you just hit the join button. But you can go in the description. I have it linked in all the videos. Super glue is your best friend because of plastic. Is that why? Yeah, I don't like them for many reasons. But not saying they're not a good system. And if you have them, I'm sure they are really good. But when you compare them to like TS Prof and stuff, Hapstones, like there's no comparison. Iowa with the 2 bones. How often do you do members only lives? Twice a month. So, oh, by the way, guys, we need to talk about this right now. Then we're going to do fragrance of the day. Every Saturday lives, regular lives are done. We're not doing that no more. We're doing members lives on Saturdays. Members lives Saturday. We can negotiate the time because we were doing it Sunday afternoon before. We were doing members lives on Sunday at 12:15 Central Time in the afternoon, but now we're probably going to do them at night. Maybe it'll be easier for people. I don't know. Maybe during the day we'll negotiate it, but this Saturday will be the first one on Saturday. And so we're going to do that. And I'm also, now that I'm starting to catch up with all the shit that's been going on, I'm going to film some stuff for the members that are separate from the lives. Then we have the giveaways. Every members live, we do a giveaway, we teach knife sharpening, and we shoot the shit. So if you guys want to join the memberships, it'll be every Saturday, or sorry, not every other Saturday at probably 7:30 p.m. or 7 o'clock p.m., something like that. There are more guns than people in the USA. I think by like 100 million. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, people don't realize, like, I know like other countries, I don't know what's said or anything like that. But our military is just absolutely insane. We spend more on military than some people spend on their entire country. Like our military basically is its own country because of the amount of money. Like, and I'm not saying, because trust me, I know some people would argue this, and I completely fucking agree. So I don't want to get it twisted. A lot of that is because they inflate the prices of the things that go into the military. Like a bag of screws will be like fucking $2,000 rather than $3. So that's one reason why that happens. But even if you just take that away and you consider like every other country's military, like we have far more money each year invested into the military than any country. I think all of them put together. But yeah, I don't know. Air Force is the most patriotic bunch of the military. Their U.S. is fuck. I love it. I love it. I'll tell you what, man, if you were in war, you would really love to hear those the Air Force guys coming. No one will ever try to invade the USA because of all the I think it's well, the invasion will come from within. So it won't come from the outside. We just might as well get that out of your head. It'll never ever come from the outside. It'll come from the inside. So either one, they'll already be here, or two, they'll indoctrinate your children, indoctrinate schools, indoctrinate your music, indoctrinate everything you see and hear. Let the foods be poisoned. Let our farms go to shit. That's how they fucking take us down, which it's happening. So, but when you're, countries only last so long. Super powerful countries last so long. Nothing lasts forever. Of course, I would love it to, and of course, I think we still have a comeback coming. But I do think we've allowed too much shit into our country right now, and we're paying the price right now. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we get our shit together. But yeah, man, it's crazy the amount of guns that we have. So since we have so many guns, it's impossible for any army or any war. I mean, you could say they'll drop bombs, right? Oh, they'll drop bombs. Like we have bombs too. But as far as like an invasion goes, like if you think about it, and I hate to say this because I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube, but if literally like 4%, 2% of the United States decided to take over, like they take over overnight. We the people, right? Japanese general said, never invade America. There's a rifle behind every blade of grass. Yes, there is. And that's the truth. I mean, but fuck, man, when you know America, you know, like, man, there's people with absolute, I mean, there's neighborhoods where each person has an absolute arsenal under their fucking house. Like, so it's not like they're just armed. They can arm an entire city. Saturday, 6 p.m. Okay, we can maybe do it at 6. I'm not like stressed about the time. I just want to make it worth it for the most people to come. We're 3 years behind in artillery from helping all of the country's wars. Our troops are divided. Perfect time to attack. I agree. We're fucking up right now. I agree. I would not debate that one bit. I'm so against it. It's crazy. What are you talking about? 4%. I'm talking about like the military, like if like our I meant our government, like if we wanted to take over, like if so many people band together and they actually banded together and actually agreed on something because of it being like, you know, I don't know how many people are in the government. I know it's a massive amount of people, but none of those people are fighters or fighting, right? They use the people to do their work, right? And it's we the people's country. That's what I'm saying. Saying it's not the government's money or not the government's country. It's our country, right? The rules are set by us. Like all of that is set by us. And the second things get too bad, right, or not what you voted for or whatever you want to call it, it only takes the flick of a switch to change that, like overnight. And all I'm saying is that if you want to see, like, I'm probably gonna get kicked off of YouTube for this. If you want to see the government bend over and say whatever you guys want, okay, no taxes for 10 years. All it takes is literally a small percentage of the US to fight back and say no more, no more. We're not doing this. Because you know, what could they do? What could they do? It's the American people. It's our fucking country. And we do everything. We're the truckers, we're the home builders. How do they get their food? How the fuck does the government eat? The American people. That's how. So we feed them. We do literally everything. So without us, it doesn't work. So they need us. That's all I meant. I know not what weapons World War III will be fought. I know not. But World War IV will be sticks and stones. Oh, I see where you're going. Thank you, Shane. Yeah, you know, I hope that's not true. You know, I hate even talking about it, but you know, hey, I don't mind talking about it. I just mean like I never wish for war on anybody or for anybody, but it's just inevitable, you know. And the problem with people thinking that like it's avoidable is just laughable, because you're always going to have differences in opinions. You're always going to have good versus evil. And I'm not saying we're good and they're evil. I'm just saying you're always going to have that. And you will always think you're the good guy in the situation. So, you know, and land, you know, land, food, oil, diamonds, gold, all that shit, you know, is on Earth. So we have to get to it. But yeah, man, that's a crazy saying though. We are supposed to fight a tyrannical government. That's what the Constitution is all about. Right. Exactly. Exactly. But that's what I meant, though. I'm saying, like, if that isn't upheld, because it's being bent. If you haven't noticed, like, we have a Constitution. We do. And they take an inch away from each right every year. And every year, another inch. Every year, another inch. Soon, you don't have those rights anymore. And it's just getting you comfortable. That's all it's about. Literally 1 inch at a time. So next thing you know, when you've gotten 10 feet of your right taken away, you hardly notice because you got comfortable with each inch. It's kind of like you can go with the right to bear arms, right? Why would there be any restrictions on bear arms? Any restrictions at all? Whether it's magazine load, fully auto, certain caliper, what does it matter? Like any restriction under there, any, it is a violation of your constitutional rights. But what do? They keep taking inch by inch bump stock and this and plastic thing, this, like they're just trying to narrow it down to the point to where they can say, you know, that's why they were trying to go after the ARs, even though like pistols do most of the shit. Because it's not about that. It's just literally about taking what is the ability to defend yourself against a tyrannical government. That's what they're trying to get. So luckily we do have the Constitution. We can't fight back. But like I said, the more we allow each inch to go, it's even like with the freedom of speech. Like, look what we've allowed on social media. I'm not saying there shouldn't be any rules or guidelines, but freedom of speech is freedom of speech. You shouldn't be shut down. Like, man, remember like 2 years ago, they were literally taking people's entire channels down who mentioned words that we were all dealing with, you know, like COVID shit and stuff. Like they were literally ready to shut any channel down that spoke about it or anything like that. Like all the suppression, like that's all you know. Anyways, let's check out a fragrance. I have a couple here. One of them is all of them are absolute bangers. This one is one of my favorite fragrances right now as far as a citrus fragrance goes. I believe it's it smells like lemon or lime, but I think it's grapefruit, but it is Guerlain Ideal Platine Privé. This shit is an absolute, oh my God, it smells so good. This stuff is very zesty, lemony, super fresh. This is something you can wear to the gym. I wouldn't have a problem wearing it to the gym. It definitely has because it smells very clean because of the lemon. Well, what smells like lemon, but super masculine, super sporty, super fresh, super good. Man, fucking just smells so good. And the more you smell it, the more you have it, the more you notice notes coming out, because it's not, let me show you the notes. So there's like almond in it and stuff. So when you get to these notes, so we have citrus, almond, fresh, spicy, aromatic, nutty, and fruity. So what happens is as the citrus, you know, like starts, as it starts drying down, you start smelling that almond coming out, the nutty and the fruitiness. And it's a weird mix, but it works. It's such a balanced fragrance. Like the green almond, it's more of a green note. So somewhere of like an earthy note. But what do we got? Top notes are grapefruit, bergamot. Middle notes are green almond, neroli. Base notes are musk and vetiver. Absolute beast. Maybe not beast mode. It does last a long time, but maybe not beast mode. Probably like 9 hours. But the scent is a dime piece. It is great. So I highly recommend it. I have it linked down in the description. It's not the cheapest. It's like $110 for the bottle I have, or something like that. But man, it is just so good. It reminds me a lot of Vibrato, which is one of my favorite fragrances, but that shit's so expensive. I've been lurking here in the shadows for a hot minute now. What's up, peeps? What's up? What's the point? One more fragrance though. But yeah, guys, men, this is a good one. Ladies, get it for your man. You will like it, and so will he. It's really good. Now, the next one, as you guys know, the last time when we did fragrance of the day, I was talking about the scent of wood, plum, and cognac. This stuff right here. I've been using this shit. Look at that. I don't even have hardly any left. This stuff is fire. I'm still loving it. I'm loving it even more than when I first started. But that's not the fragrance we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about number 201 from Musk and Hustle. These are called nitro rollers. I have them linked down in the description. You can get a sample pack of little rollers. They're like this big, so you can test this one, the one we're going to talk about, and a bunch of other ones. I haven't tried all of them. I've tried a few of them, but I also have another link down there full of a bunch of different ones because they come in big bottles. I wouldn't say don't get the big bottle. I'd say get the rollers, because what it is these are highly concentrated, by the way. So this is not like this. This is like this times 10 because it's concentrated. So this is an oil, and all you do is just take that roller and just roll that little tiny bit. That's all you need. Bang, bang, maybe one dot. That's all you need because it's so concentrated. They're known for making fragrances that already are a fragrance, like say this one. This was ombre leather. So basically it's a sweet leather, and we're going to go over the notes in a second. Well, it's a copy of Tom Ford's ombre leather. And like this is amber leather, which is a copy of Tom Ford's ombre leather. But you can smell the comparison, but this smells way different than this. Like I like this, but there's a powdery note in it that I don't like from the white florals. But in here, it doesn't have it. This is just, this has a stronger note of leather and a stronger note of sweetness. So it's just a masterpiece. This stuff is fire. Number 201. That's the one you want if you want to try this one. 201. This is the nitro roller from Musk and Hustle. Like I said, it's linked down in the description. But absolute fire. And this stuff lasts a long time because it's concentrated. So like I'll just put this in my bag, my backpack, and when I unzip it, it smells like sweet leather. I love it. Oh, I love it. And then, you know, every once in a while, like if I'm out and about, do a couple dab-a-doos and I'm good. But yeah, it smells really good. Way better, in my opinion, than Tom Ford's ombre leather. Tom Ford's ombre leather is like $400. That's way better. And that's like 30 bucks or something. But anyways, something to check out. It's sweet leather though. That's the beautiful thing about it. I personally like leather notes in fragrances. Not everybody's going to, but here is the Tom Ford's ombre leather if you want to see the breakdown of the notes. But the thing is though, is that it's going to be, like I said, concentrated. So it's way different. I don't know the sweetness where it comes from, but you can see you got a top note of leather. Obviously, leather is a strong note in it. Animalic, white, floral, and that's where the powderiness comes from that I don't like in this. Warm, spicy, amber. I'm guessing the amber is the sweetness. Smoky, earthy, mossy, and patchouli. You can see down here, top notes are cardamom, middle notes are leather, jasmine, sambac, whatever that word is. Base notes are amber, moss, and patchouli. But it's a very popular fragrance from this line, and Tom Ford's like just well known for. Jared, I totally blame you for my new fragrance addiction. Started with Dylan Blue, then Lucky. Now I have 6 more in the last few weeks. I have 2 decants of Cedric Boise and Intense on the way. You're gonna fucking love it. That's a good one. That's a really good one. The Cedric Boise is and it doesn't matter if you get the regular one or the Intense. In my opinion, they smell the same. But that's a banger fragrance. That's a very masculine, like pineapple scent. It's not like sweet, like, or not like candy pineapple. I always say this, but it's like plant. Like it smells like a plant almost. It's really, really good though. It's very masculine, very fresh, has a tiny bit of sweetness in there in a masculine way though, not like candy sweet, like a different type of sweet. This stuff actually has like a little bit of like a, not candy, but it's definitely a sweetness with the leather. It's a sweet leather. Like, you know, it's really good. You can shoot me a snoot. I didn't send you a thing of it. Did I send you some? I thought I did. Maybe I said I was gonna send it back with that Kaiser, and I haven't sent that back yet. So okay, I'll send you some. I think I need to stop watching before I get into colognes. Well, you don't have to, but I would say that buying a few fragrances here and there never hurt anybody, and it'll only help you, and they last a long time. So you don't have to worry about it. If you did get into it, what are you going to be out? A few bucks to smell good for some compliments. Few bucks for some compliments. Fuck, I'll pay a few bucks for some compliments. Shady's in the house. I wanted to show you guys a couple knives I got in. Check this out. This is the Arcona. Ian sent it. And it's pretty damn dope. Look at that lock bar. So it's got a frame hooked to the liner. So it's a liner like frame combination. I got to take it apart and see exactly how that is, but really, really cool. Very ergonomic, beautiful blade shape. These are very limited though, at least it seems. I'm not sure if they have other color options, but front flipper works great. Whole deployment works great. Very, very drop shutty. Beautiful knife, man. Beautiful knife. It kind of reminds you of like a Shiro Goroff in a way. It doesn't feel just like a Shiro, but I just mean it reminds me. Also got this one in the mail today. This one's a pre-order coming soon. This is a badass knife. I really, really, really like this. My design is not just like this, but it has a couple similarities to it. This is by Kunwu. That's the maker. I'm going to contact them because I want to do some work with them too. They did a damn good job on this, man. Listen to that. Yeah, the action's insane. Ergonomics are hand melting. Geometry's phenomenal. I think this is, yeah, this has got to be DLC. Front flipper works great. This is a great knife. This is a good one. I like this one a lot, like a lot. So, I think mine might be a little bit smaller, not small, but just smaller. I've already showed you guys this in a video, but this is a beauty. I'm not sure if I have them linked down in the description, but Fengley. Look at that gorgeous piece. Oh my goodness. Look at all those beautiful. I love that gray, blues, and purples. Oops. This has needle bearings, or sorry, roller bearings. So, and it actually comes with an extra set of roller bearings, but this is a gorgeous piece. Very, very good. And comes with a badass hank with a broad on it. Wrap it back up. What else do we got sitting here? Oh, yeah, my Sharp by Designs. This is dropping tomorrow. I'm going to post a video on it because I've been carrying and using the hell out of it. Now that I have this nitro, though, man, it's hard because I really like this. But this one, man, I've been carrying it. I've been using it like crazy. And I'm kind of worried because this is like, if you drop this, it's going to break. It is so thin, the tip, it's so pokey. This is like dangerously pokey. So you feel like, you know, if you hit something, it might chip off. I'm not that worried about it. I'm just going to use it, but super snappy. It's got the detent nub. And this has like the best fuller out of all his knives. So great, great knife. I like this one. This is my favorite Sharp by Design right now. Hands down. A knife I'm not really liking right now. I thought I was gonna like it. I liked it at first, and it's not that I hate it, but I'll explain. So the Hogue Maisto. This is a USA made knife, titanium and magna cut, 63 to 64 HRC. I think they do a good job with that. Thumb stud action is good, but there's just something. Well, I guess it's not. It's spongy. That's my problem. It's not. I'm being spoiled. That's the problem. I'm getting spoiled by Kaiser with that was my fault, with their crossbar lock, because they got a badass crossbar lock that has a nice detent. These guys, you know, it's just mushy, you know, there's no detent. So something about it, it's just, I like the knife. I like it. I like using it. It's a tough blade that's still plenty slicey, great ergonomics, great size. Everything's good on it, but the action is just spongy. So it just kind of lowers it down the totem pole for me. Because so many companies are doing such good jobs with their action and detent. And even a Hogue, you know, like I have Hogues that have great action, but I also have some other ones that are spongy just like this. So I guess you could say it's typical Hogue crossbar lock. Typical Hogue crossbar lock. So if they tuned that up, increase the strength of the Omega springs, and then put a sharper corner right there, what acts as the detent, man, it would be amazing. I've been considering the production Jerry Moan Mongoose. That's a good one. I got that bitch. I love it. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. It's a bottleneck handle, and yeah, dude, I love it, man. But I personally love that blade shape. Those long, straight spear point blades. It's like a bayonet blade shape, kind of. I love that. And that with that bottleneck handle. If you do buy it, make sure you use my affiliate link. But yeah, I like it. The one problem with it is well, like the other Jerry Moans too, he likes to use clips that they're okay, but they're not the best, but it's not bad. Like I still carry the shit out of it, so it's a good one. What are some good hex/weird knife bits? So, good ones. You want to go to Weehaw. Weehaw is usually what I go to for. That's kind of my go-to for bits. Because Weehaw is they do hardened steel, so that's always the issue with the bits is you'll buy them and they'll be affordable and they're not like hardened very well. So Weehaw does a good job. So I would go Weehaw, WIHA. You can go to my Neevesknives store, not Neeve Knife Co., but the Neevesknives store down in the description, and go up to the top search bar and just search Weehaw bits, and they'll pop up. Weehaw torque bits, Weehaw whatever bit you want. And anything else you guys want to find or buy, I can use my damn Amazon link. It's down in the description. The Neevesknives store is an Amazon affiliate link. So if you go to the store, you can go up to the top search bar, search for whatever you want, and it'll help the channel. Hey, Jared, I've been considering. Oh, I read that one. Wouldn't catch my rear butt in a Chinese chair. Want it to last. I've got one of Super Steel Steve's hooks on the way. Can't wait to test it. Crew wears 65 HRC and 10,000s behind the edge. So it should perform. Yes, it should. Yes, it should. Do the fragrances help your woman out inside of the bedroom? Yeah, I would. Wait. Help your woman out? I would say, yeah, I think it's going to help no matter what with the ladies because, even men, right? Think about a woman you're going to lay down with. Think about some stinky, sweaty broad versus one that just smells sweet and fresh and clean, right? Right. So same thing with them. And they're going to be more so like that than us. But yeah, it's always going to help you with the ladies in every single type of way, so. And, there's obviously going to be fragrances that you might like that they might not. So you do want to make sure you get one that's mass appealing because women like mass appealing fragrances. Ambroxan fragrances, all women love Ambroxan. So if you want, like Versace Dylan Blue, get Versace Dylan Blue. Your woman will love it. You get Sauvage, EDP or the EDT. That's an Ambroxan bomb too. Great fragrances for the ladies. If you want a good sweet one that all women love is 1 Million Lucky. 1 Million Lucky is just an absolute beast. I'm all for American made. In fact, I didn't buy a Demco 8020.5 because the blade was made in Italy, or MG20, sorry, because the blade was made in Italy. That knife has been there. Only fully made American knife just can't do it. Mine's all made in America. I got a fully USA made one with with titanium USA made scales. Ooh, this sucker is a beast, man. Look at how thick this fucker is. My lock, though, this thing is still a damn vault. Absolute nothing. Nothing at all. But it is so thick, it's not great to use. I mean, I have a low edge angle, so it's fine for cutting for me. If I'm just cutting up normal shit, but I would never grab it to cut stuff when you have something super slicey right next to you, But it's a nice tough knife, and I love the feeling of it being indestructible, and I like the USA made. I actually, do you know what's funny about that? I did a video on that. So you should go watch that video. I did a video. If you like this knife, then you'll love this fragrance. Go check that out. That's a good one for you. If you check that out, you got a long list of great fragrances in there. David Jewell with the 2 bones. How about a stinky, sweaty supermodel? Well, I think your mind will tell you if you're looking at it through a screen. I think your mind's going to say, oh, yeah, all day till you get there. Till you get there. Till the sweat and stank starts coming off of it, till you find out she smells like a trucker that's been on a 3-day tour and been pissing in bottles for days. Might change your mind. I applaud you have the USA made knives. Yeah, I love those. Are my favorite USA made knives. Got to go watching the Tom Brady roast. Take it easy, crazy. appreciate you coming, man. We're about to get out of here too. So, do you have any Zippo style lighters? Yes. Well, for sale, I guess. So I have I get the subscription from Monthly Knife Club, and they have the Zippo Club. So I just got 2 new ones in. I got a couple, the month before or whatever. So I'll be showing them on the channel here in a few days. But I would recommend, if you want to get Zippos, that's a great way to do it, because you get different designs, unique designs. The new ones I just got are actually pretty cool. But yeah, I got a bunch of Zippos. I like stinky, sweaty supermodels. Female can't attain horrible, especially not super. If you need an ice pick to get into it, that's not worth it. Only so much stank a man can take. Chiseling that shit off. Let's chisel that stank off of you. I see Spyderco Pair 3 and CTS BD1N for 150, but I don't know what that steel is like or if it's worth it. It's a budget steel. CTS BD1N, it's not a bad steel. It's a good steel. Nothing wrong with it. I haven't done a lot of thorough testing on it, but I've read up on it and I have used it a little bit. And I have sharpened it, but it's like a mid-grade steel, so nothing special. I would say 150 sounds a little bit much. I'm wondering why it's so much. It must be I don't know, the G10 one or something. Yeah, I would, thank you for the lighter advice, Neeves. Not a problem. I would go to the Mannix or the Para 2 and Crew Wear if I was you. Just spend a little bit more and get that steel. What is that shank? So this, oh man, now I'm a dick because I can't remember the name. A guy is making these. I did link it in the video. I have this in the thumbnail, the video I did it on. I could probably find it if I look for it, but it's it's a shank. So, and he makes these. He makes all different kinds of them, or a few different kinds, and yeah, and he sent it to me. Have you ever injured an assailant in self-defense? Yes, I have many times. Lightweight pair of 3s are BDS1. Oh, it's the lightweight and it's 150. That's fucking crazy. I wouldn't pay that for a lightweight. That doesn't even make sense. You can get M4 for $130. You can get Rex 45 for 135, 140 bucks. So I just don't understand that. This Ferrum Forge Stinger was the best button lock ever until the button inevitably happened. Dremel advice for this was the best button lock ever until the button inevitably. What do you mean? I don't know what that means. You got to let me know what that means. Try, I have to understand what happened. Go back to the last one. What's the durability rating on that thing? I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm looking for if you have a comment that I missed. I can't find it. I don't know what you mean, bud. Durability on what thing? Crew Wear lightweight pair 3 for 150 on Knife Joker, I think. I personally like the Para 2 more than the Para 3, but the Para 3 is great. It's just it's more compact, obviously a little bit smaller. All right, Alex, thank you for joining, man. We're about to get out of here in just a few minutes, anyways. We got about 10 more minutes. Thank you for joining, though. I do appreciate it. This guy is the real deal. Wish I had one of him around the house. Thank you, Gobbles. Nikki Glazier is my favorite comedian behind Kevin Hart. She fucked Tom Brady up. So damn funny. Tony Hinchcliffe and Andrew Schultz blew it up as well. Yeah, those guys are hilarious. Yeah, I like all those guys too. Ferrum Forge button lock stick. Oh, it's got stick. Oh, well, that's the best thing that could happen. Crazy harsh, but felt so good the first one. Okay, so what's happening is one of a few things. So one thing, if you just want to get rid of it or you want to just go away, then you need to use permanent marker. You need to use permanent marker. You need to take it apart and put permanent marker where the plunge drops in. So let me get a different one that you can see better. You don't see it there either. Well, I guess we'll have to use this one. So if you look in here, there's the plunge, the part that's popping in and out. Okay, that's falling behind the blade, right? So when it's locked, it's going into a groove behind the blade. You want to put marker right where that hits, that spot where that thing hits, because what's happening is, or on the close, and well, because it's probably it's lock stick or the detent sticking. Either way, just use marker on it. Permanent marker. You can also use graphite from a pencil, but marker works really well. Put permanent marker on it, blow on it, let it dry, put another layer, blow on it, let it dry, opening. Well, you're not gonna be able to open and close because you probably have to take it apart to do it. Hopefully you can do it without taking it apart. If you can get like a needle tip permanent marker, that way you can open and close it, then do it again and again, because sometimes you have to do multiple layers, but that will work. Another thing is dry it off. It's probably got oil on it. So dry it off really good. See how it does. If that doesn't work, then put the permanent marker on there, and that will help it for a while. I meant the last one. It sounded pretty durable. Was just curious about its durability rating. The last what? Last one what? I don't understand. That a knife? I'm not sure what we're talking about. I feel really bad for Kim Kardashian. The crowd was so mean to her. She is a great woman that has brought me several hours of virtual pleasure. Oh, that's hilarious. CJ, my two favorite right now, Tony Woods and Felipe Esparza. Yeah, he's a pretty good. That marker trick works, and dull pencil has as well. Yeah. Yeah, graphite from a pencil or permanent marker both work great. I think permanent marker tends to work a little bit better. It stays on longer. Sometimes what I do is I put permanent marker and lead and graphite. That works good. Use graphite spray. There you go. Oh yeah. Also, there's graphite pens too. You can get the there's this gray marker that you can get too. It's literally for that. But the lock needs work. Improved and fixed detent. Use graphite spray. Improved and fixed the detent, but the lock needs work. So the next thing you can do is, which I wouldn't want you to do, but you can squeeze the spring. Your spring might have too much tension behind it. You can just squeeze it really good and like kind of hold it squeezed for a little bit and let it decompress so it's not so strong. But yeah, man, I would just do like what I said, maybe clean that lock face, put some graphite on there, put some permanent marker and layer it up. Like I said, like it doesn't work if you just put a layer. Like what'll happen is you'll open it and the thing will just take the coating off the permanent marker. You have to put layer on layer on layer, open and close, layer, open and close, layer. And then it'll last for like a year or like 6 months. Hey, mother, how are you doing? We're actually about to get out of here. I do miss you and I love you. I'm glad you're here. Have you seen Flytanium's modify stuff? No, but I've seen their knives. I mean, I bought their scales. My dad fixed the Nintendo controller using graphite when I was a boy. It blew my mind. He knows everything. That's hilarious. But yeah, with button stick though, man, a lot of times it's the spring tension. That's what you gotta that's your problem most likely. Or sorry, the plunge seating into that spot. The tension is pushing the plunge into the seated spot, and that seated spot is getting too tight, so it's like sticking. So which you can go in there and with a little piece of sandpaper, that will work, but you want to be very careful because you can fuck it up too. Your latest sharpening tutorial was great help. Thanks for that. Oh man, I appreciate it, MB. Glad it helped. I always have more sharpening content on the way. We actually just got some USA made stones in. USA made, and it's actually they're like made like 30 minutes from me, which is crazy. So we're going to be showing those here pretty soon. They're pretty cool. So we'll see how they are. I haven't tested them yet. I just got them. The guy actually personally dropped them off because they're so close. So pretty cool. Have you ever thought of teaching at a community college or something? You're a great public speaker. No, because I didn't go to damn college. I barely went to high school. So, but yeah, I'm good at speaking for sure, but I don't know how good it would do in a damn college or anything like that. Not unless if I was, teaching certain things, my skill set is, is not typically the thing you teach to people. No, I did construction my whole life. So, but I don't know. I guess the knife stuff you teach to people, but, as far as, I don't know. I come from a long lineage of fucking Spartans. You could say that. Patreon has taken $3 a month under Neeves since December. I took it off then and quit looking at the bill. Dog, I noticed still like there's like a few bucks still coming in every month. I cannot figure out how to close it down. I'm not sure if they let you. There's got to be a way, but I've had Kara look into it. I looked into it. We were trying to literally close it so that like if that was happening to anybody, it would just stop. So the only thing I can say is you got to stop your payment somehow. I'm trying, and I've had so many fucking issues happening the past few months. Like it has been like the least of my worries, but yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out how to close it down. Sorry about that though. That's taking money out your pocket where you could be spending it here. Joking, obviously. Greer Barnes saying his handicapped brother is the most evil handicapped person on the planet. What? All right, guys, gotta run. Thank you, Blade Walker. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining us this whole time, man. It's been great. And report your card stolen. Get a new one. Booyah! Yeah. I just had to do that multiple times because it did. Jared, thanks for your help in the link. I'm going to see what Shambo is doing in his channel. See you later, Kobe. Yeah, we're about to get out of here right now. Guys, like I said, for the members, we will be doing a members live this Saturday at 6 p.m. or something. That's what I believe it was Bones wanted. But we're going to be doing that. So stay tuned for that on Saturday. If you are a member, sign up to the membership. If not, Shane, thank you for the 2 bones, man. I appreciate it. Saw a big YouTuber recommended the Sharple kit. Legit. Depends on which one and depends on what person. I'd say they have some stuff. They have some good stuff. They have some very affordable diamond plates that are good. But if it's a diamond, I would say yes. If it's not diamond, I'd say no. Then don't believe them. It's not even about believing them. It's just about what is their limit of like what's acceptable to them, right? Like where's their standard? Me and Alex talked about this. Like, what's your standard? Right? Have you tested a lot of stones, or is this the only stone you've used, right? Or have you used 3 stones on the market and this is the best one out of those 3, right? But I would say if it's diamond, yes, they sell some good affordable diamond stuff. Shane, oh yeah. See, yeah, you can listen to him. If it's from Outdoors 55, you can pretty much listen to anything he says. I typically go live. Well, so for these lives, it's Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. For the members, it's every other Saturday. I think 6 p.m., 7 p.m., something like that. Just depends. We're trying to figure that out right now because we just moved it from Sundays. So every other Saturday, members, every Wednesday, just typically for regular lives like this. But we are going to have some other stuff on the members And I might even request some cool guests for the members lives. I think we're gonna have some fun over there. I'm gonna try to really boost the membership up this year. We're gonna try to get 1,000 members. That's what we want. We want a fucking 1,000 members in there. So we're gonna do the damn deal. Dave Goodrich coming in hot right at the last minute with the 10 bones. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you, man. Dave Goodrich always coming in hot with the bones. Any other knife channels you recommend? Well, Outdoors 55, 100%. Stasa 23, 100%. Mike Emler, Metal Complex. He's got a good knife channel, especially like for first impressions, reviews, or should I say like overviews and stuff. Depends on what you want. Like if you want knife sharpening and stuff like that, then there's certain people I would recommend. If you want testing and stuff like that, there's certain people I recommend. If you just want to see knives, there's certain people I recommend. So it just kind of depends on what you want. I'm trying to expand my channel to a lot of stuff relating to EDC, obviously, right? Like not like a lot of just bullshit, but like boots, belts, wallets, anything that you can carry on you or carry on your back. I got hopefully a medical kit coming very soon that I want to review. Like it's a good quality one. What grit do you recommend for sharpening a knife? Watch my sharpening videos. I have a lot. I just did one the other day for beginner sharpeners. That's the one you need to watch. It's a tutorial for beginner knife sharpeners. Watch that. That's literally the only video you need. Watch that video. I tell you exactly what to get and exactly what to do. Watch that video. That will help you, I promise. Advanced Knife Pro. Yeah, that's another good one. Men's fragrances. That's another thing. I'm going to try to, like I said, I just think it's good to have a little bit of variety. And the more I do it, the more it'll be better. Obviously, knife sharpening and knife content's the majority on the channel. Stones, sharpening, knife testing, shit like that. But I also want to test other stuff, boots, belts, clothes, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, USA made apparel, link down in the description if you guys want to get some USA made apparel, link down in the description. Check that out. I do appreciate it if you guys do it. It definitely supports the site and the channel, and 100% USA made. And the flags are flipped, so don't pay attention to the pictures. I'm waiting for mine right now. I'll have them in like 2 or 3 days, and then I'll be able to put the photography up on the site, and then you'll see the flag will be flipped, so it'll be a moving flag. Yeah, I'll send a link right now. Just give me 1 second. Let me just find it really quick. I'll put it in the... It's literally like really, I'm grabbing it, but it was like just a few days ago. So here, I'll put it in the chat right now. It's in the chat right now. All you gotta do is copy and paste that link or click it or whatever. Peace the fuck out. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the donations tonight. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Shout out to all the new members and shout out to all the members, period. Some of you guys have been a member for fucking 2 years. I didn't even know we had a membership for 2 years, which is crazy. And like I said, this year, we're going to really peak that fucker up there. We're gonna get some good shit on there. Like I said, I want to get it up to 1,000 members. And there's no reason why we can't do it if we're organized. I got a lot of plans for the channel this year and some videos coming up that are really, really cool. So stay tuned because now I'm back in action. Hopefully, now that I got all my shit figured out over the past couple of months with all this bullshit that's been happening. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.